Hello again, everybody. It's me, Mr. 1223, back in the video. This is again the next episode for teaching French. This is episode 7, and in the last video I was talking about adjectives. In this video I'm going to talk about food and drink and things like that, things related to that. So again, I have a whole list of words. These are just vocabulary words for foods and drinks, but also some other important words to know, especially the verbs involved in this. So the two verbs which you're going to use for eating and drinking would be manger and boire. Manger means to eat and boire means to drink. The first word I have on here is la nourriture and also l'aliment. Those both basically just mean the food. So more often you would use la nourriture for food. And here are a list of the different food types. Oh, dang it. Just sorry about that. Different types of food and how you would say it, and drinks, of course, as well, and how you would say them in French. So the first one I have on here is le pain. That means the bread, and each one of these has an article, has a definite article. So le or la or l'apostrophe or l apostrophe, which would be apostrophe. And but le pain technically means the bread. So I'm not gonna say the every time. I'm just gonna say what it means, what the actual word means, and not with the article. So le pain is bread. And also this is kind of mixed up, as I was kind of thinking of things to add on to this. So it's not really much order here, with like, here are all the meats, and then here are all the fruits, and then here are all the vegetables, and all the other things. It's just kind of mostly random. So actually, if I start going this way, so the next one would be la fraise, which means strawberry. The next would be le légume. Légume means vegetable. Then le citron, that means lemon, okay, like the word citrus. And then if you're going to talk about a lime, you would say le citron vert, which means technically means the green lemon, but it translates as lime. The next would be la pomme, which is apple. Then le raisin, that means the grape, and if you don't know, a raisin is just a dried grape. That's basically just what a raisin is, so that's what it's referred to. La raisin. Next one would be la salade. If you couldn't tell what that is already, it's a salad. Next one is la viande, and that just means meat in general. So not a specific type of meat, but just meat. Viande. The next one would be l'œuf, which means egg. Œuf means egg. If you know Spanish, I only know this because of something my friend told me, but egg in Spanish is huevos, and I guess that kind of sounds like oof. Le bœuf, so very similar to egg. Le bœuf means beef. It kind of looks like beef as well. So technically, Shia LaBeouf, you know, the actor, his name would be Shia the Beef. Although I'm not even sure if that's where his name. I think it's spelled differently. I don't know, but if it was that way, it would be Shia the Beef. So that's kind of like a joke that I have. Then le poivre. Poivre means pepper. The next one, I'm gonna go this way now because I want to go to the other. Actually, no, I'm gonna go right here. Le sel and le sucre. Those mean salt. Okay, so sel is salt, and sucre is sugar. Kind of looks like, you know, if you know the word sucrose, and also sugar kind of looks like sucre too, but sounds like it as well. Next on the le riz, that means rice. Le mouton, that means mutton. Le thé, now we're to the drinks. Le thé means tea. Le café, that means coffee. L'eau, that means water. Okay, so water is O, and then because it begins with an E, you would have to put the apostrophe there. Next, le fruit, that means fruit. You can't really see the next one very well, but it's la poire, that means the pear. And I chose that because I really like pears. That's one of my favorite fruits. But I already had a few fruits on here like citron, raisin, pomme. Next one would be le poisson. That means the fish, and that'll also be something I'll talk about in the next video, which it will be about animals. Le oignon, that means onion. It kind of looks like onion. Le vin, that means wine. You can tell that with viniculture. The word wine itself kind of looks like vin. And also la bière, which means beer. Le haricot, which I forgot to add the apostrophe there. I'm sure there should be an apostrophe for le. It should be l'haricot. That means bean. Actually, most often be, because you don't ever just eat one bean. Les haricots. Les haricots or des haricots. Le gâteau means the cake. Le lait is milk. Le fromage is cheese. La glace would be ice cream. Le jus, again, another word that looks kind of similar. That means juice. Le chocolat, chocolate, obviously. Le poulet, that means chicken. Les pâtes, that means pasta, and it would be in the plural. Les pâtes, because it's not just one little piece of pasta, it's les pâtes. Les bonbons, that means candy. And les frites, that means the fries. And then this one is really weird, okay? Les pommes de terre. What does that mean? Because you already know, if you're paying attention, that... Actually, no, that should be... Yeah, les pommes de terre. If you're already paying attention, then you know that la pomme means the apple. So what does les pommes de terre mean? It means the apple of the earth. And that is what French people call potatoes, the apple of the earth. Literally, that's what potato is in French. Apple of the earth, or les pommes de terre, apples of the earth. And then this isn't really an actual thing. It's une bouteille de l'eau. That just means a bottle of water. I just decided that on. And I have a few examples, more examples down at the bottom here. Try and curl this up a little bit. First example would be je mange une pomme, and this is examples of how you would put it into a sentence. Je mange une pomme. If you can't figure it out, I encourage you to try to figure it out. It's just as I'm saying it or reading it, call it the answer or something to try and. I mean, I'm not going to hear you. I'm not going to know if you're cheating or whatever, but I don't really care. This is just. I mean, if you want to learn French, then you won't just wait for me to tell you everything. Je mange une pear. I mean, une pomme. I don't know why I said pear. Je mange une pomme means I am eating the apple, or a apple. An apple. An apple. Okay, I'm eating an apple. The next example will be il mange des légumes. That means he is eating the vegetables. Or, no, keep messing up. Not the vegetables, it's des légumes. So, sorry for my messing up. It's he is eating some vegetables. Because des is indefinite, so it could be translated as either he is eating vegetables or he is eating some vegetables. And the next one is something that you have to understand for eating and drinking and things like that. Tu bois du thé, and ignore this other stuff. This is from the other lessons. So, tu bois du thé. What does du mean? Well, when it comes to things like food and drink, okay, you're not drinking. Tea is not something where it's just an object that you eat or drink. You're drinking some tea. You're drinking of the tea. You're not drinking just some object called tea or whatever. So you have to. So the way that the French works here is it's of the tea, and when it's masculine, so te, okay, te is masculine, so it's le te. You would contract the de and the le into du. So du means de le. You don't say de le te, but you do say de la for something that is feminine. Let me try and find an example on this thing. Like glace. Okay, so if you're gonna say I'm eating some ice cream, you would not say je mange de la glace because it's feminine. You would say je mange de la glace because it's feminine, so you'd say je mange de la glace. I'm eating of the ice cream, or I'm eating some ice cream. So make sure to do that. That's an important thing. I might have another lesson on that specifically, but that's very important for eating and drinking. So maybe another example, I'm drinking some milk. You would say je bois du lait. That's another masculine, du lait. Or I'm eating some cheese. Je mange du fromage. Or even if it's in other form, we are eating some cheese. Nous mangeons du fromage. We are eating some cheese. So make sure to get that right when it comes to that. If it's plural, then you don't really need to do the de. It would just be des. Like with il mange des légumes, because that's just how it works. It's des légumes, not de les légumes or anything like that. Just des légumes. If it's singular and masculine, it would be du. If it's singular and feminine, it would be de la. Okay, or and one example of that, of course, is another example would be one that I already wrote down and said. It would be une bouteille de l'eau. That means a bottle of the water. So you have to refer to the foods as actual objects, so you still have to have the in front of it. So I am drinking some of the water. I'm drinking of the water. I'm drinking some water. That's what, or a bottle of water. A bottle of the water. De, of, le, or lo, because it would be together because of the vowel at the beginning of the word. Une bouteille de l'eau. So hopefully that makes sense. And of course there are a lot of other words. I mean, how many foods are out there? How many things are there which have word? I mean, every food has a word for it. I don't know why I just said that, but this is just a basic list. So I encourage you to to study on your own. This at least will help you, because a lot of these are very popular foods, things that you'd find normally, like bread, salt, sugar, apples, vegetables, fish, beef, wine, cheese, water, lemons, things like that. Very simple things. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and goodbye.